Hello, everybody. Today we are going to explore the difference between the Delta male and the Delta female. Make no mistakes about it, the personality difference is quite interesting. I just want to be able to share this with you all. All right? So now, okay, let's dig in, shall we? So I'm going to put this title up here. Delta male versus Delta female personality explained in this video. Okay, now, um, it's very important to take note that the Delta male is an average Joe. Okay, the Delta female, on the other hand, anyways, the Delta female, on the other hand, is introverted, so to speak. The Delta male, they're both introverts. Okay? Now, we're going to take a real good, hard look at this. Now, the Delta male is, you may describe him as an average Joe, most common male. You may find him in the middle of a pack of instead of being leaders or outliers. All right? These are hardworking guys that show up, do their job, take pride in their work, and they're often called the backbone of society. You'll find them in blue collar jobs like factories, warehouses, but they don't want to be leaders, so to speak. So, anyways, let's go ahead and dig in, shall we? So now that I took those pictures down, so we're going to go ahead and dig into the Delta male category, so to speak. Let's go ahead. Let's figure out what this guy is. Note, I got the link of this article listed in the description box below, okay? And we're doing a topic on Delta personality, on male and females, okay? All right? You might see a bunch of tabs up here, but just ignore that. So I'm just going to go ahead and read to you the differences here. So let's get into this, shall we? So we're going to go ahead and the Delta. Yeah, I had the wrong page open. It was a Delta female. We're going to get back to that later. So you might be familiar with the alpha males, beta males, sigma males, the lone wolves of society that are. They separate themselves from the social ladder of society. The sigma males do. The sigma females have similar personality traits to the sigma males up there. We'll get to that later on in the future, okay? So I got more videos planned to be released. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and learn about the Delta personality types on male and female, okay? Now, first we're going to talk about the male. The average Joe in society, the one that goes to work, he goes to work every day. You know, he takes pride in his work. You see? He drinks coffee, grabs his stuff, he dresses up nice, looks nice. He takes pride in his work. Okay? They don't necessarily have to be in the spotlight, but they take pride in their work. They're basically, you know, hardworking. They're backbones of society, so to speak. Delta males are portrayed as backbones of society. Pop culture says they are clocked in to work every day, do their best at a job, head home knowing they are giving up all that day. So, example, people look toward the Delta Mail are firefighters, engineers, accountants, and government workers. Very interesting, isn't it? Hmm. Thorough and competent. A Delta male is considered to be good at what they do and confident about their skills. It's thought Delta men can tackle anything the boss throws at them. Now, he's a natural follower. He will not lead. He has a problem with leadership skills. He will not lead. They may yearn for the spotlight, but Delta males are different. They describe totally okay with hanging out backstage, let other people take the lead. If they never get in the charge to take a point on something, society says they'll be okay with it. Okay? This may be because they're shy or reserved. Anyways, they're reserved. It may be because they're leaders in the past and don't enjoy it. Okay? I'm going to take a little small break. Okay? So, yes, anyways, back to the story. He's a natural follower, but he didn't enjoy it in the past. He's a loving family man. Take note, he's a loving family man. He's hardworking. He's a backbone. He's a lovely, loving family man. Great family men. Pop culture described them as great fathers with a little trouble finding a long-term partner. Delta males are often portrayed as hard workers. They're portrayed as people who value work-life balance. They desire respect. Okay? They're portrayed as not being leaders. All right? It doesn't mean they don't want to respect. They're portrayed as hardworking, hard at what they do. Most of them believe that want respect to go along with it. This speaks something a good job from boss or coworker. And he also is possible resentful as well. The Delta male is possible resentful. They blaming other people for his problem instead of looking inward. See, when he has trouble, he doesn't look on the inside. He looks at everybody and blames them. He also sabotages his happiness and blames it on other people. It's other people's fault. I tell you what, in his pop culture described Delta male blaming other people for his problem instead of looking inward. However, self-described Delta males reject this definition and instead focus on the good aspect, like for being a good hard worker. For instance, maybe his girlfriend cheated on him. Now he has trust issues. Instead of seeing a therapist processing his emotion, he might hold on to those trust issues and cause new problems in their new relationships. In other words, carry baggage from one relationship into the other relationship, thus causing the other person not want to be around him or like him or something of that nature. And this can happen. Where you might fit into the stereotype, working on letting go of grudges, focus on moving forward. And also take a good look at the inside of yourself to make the necessary correction. And you may get out of this. And anyways, Delta males are often known as being adaptable, great adapters. Society may not view them as Delta males forever. They're motivated enough, they can become leaders and transform into alpha males. That's if they put their hard work and effort into bettering themselves from the inside out. You have to do soul searching. You have to build up your confidence. You got to build up your self-esteem. You have to work on self-improvement in order to climb out of the Delta phase of the personality into the alpha phase. Or if you still want to be introverted, you can reject this hierarchy totally together and become a Sigma male. And you can provide your own self-validation and march at the beat of your own drum and go on adventures and be the best you can be in life and be solution driven. This is up to you. Or you can be an Omega male, which is a child at heart. They lay around like children at heart, play video games all the time, have no ambition to do anything else. Just stay in that one little rejected spot, which is an outcast, part of the hierarchy. It's up to you, the person that's watching this. But remember, Delta males are the average Joes who likes to go to work and they focus on working hard. And a Delta male likes to have a comfortable, stable life. All right? But the pop culture themselves, which is the society known as pop culture, say that Delta male often live comfortably buying land or home relatively quickly. They're portrayed as hard workers who take pride in their job until they're able to kick back and relax during retirement. And a loving and supportive family. Having a family is your goal, then society might say you might be a Delta male. They're described as having no trouble dating scene. Pop culture says they often settle down and have children fairly quickly. But take note, an alpha male leads while the Delta male gets the work done. But since that being said, the alpha male is the backbone of what's keeping the country moving. They get up early in the morning, drink their coffee, order breakfast on the go or make their breakfast on the go, and get up and get stuff done. And then clock out, go and chillax or relax. Now, there's a big difference between a Delta male and a Sigma male. Sigma males is what we call lone wolves of society. They're cunning, loyal, independent, strong. He's a lone wolf of the male hierarchy. They're very mysterious but dependable, silent but intelligent. True friend but friend to a few. All right, they're a rare breed. So, anyways, in this article on WikiHow on being a Delta male, there are questions right here you can just answer, and this here will help you profile your personality. All right? And just remember, each personality is different. But there's nothing wrong with this. For example, you could tell a beta male from an alpha male or a beta male from a sigma male. You could tell a delta male from the beta male. You could tell a delta male from the sigma male. You could tell a delta male from an alpha male. Furthermore, you could tell a delta male from a omega male. They're on that social ladder. So we're going to go ahead and skip to the next part of this. See, right here, you got a quiz. You can you can answer this. It will automatically help you profile yourself on what personality fits you really well. And trust me, you're going to want to take this on the go with you. So, but this here is listed in the description box called WikiHow Delta Mail. Anyways, let's go ahead and skip to the next one. And we're probably going to go over this, and can be, going in a relationship can be with a male can be tricky, especially don't know what type of male he is. This is to the women out there. To those of you wondering, aren't guys the same? Actually, they're not. They're not. They could be alpha, beta, gamma, sigma, omega, or delta. And each of these here come with pros and cons. And I'm going to explain the drawbacks. Alrighty, let me take a brief break for a moment and let me get back to this. So let's go ahead and talk about the 9 characteristics of the Delta male, alright? So, the Delta male is the backbone of the social hierarchy, alright? Anyways, so when you think of a basic Delta male as an average, so we already went over this. Hardworking guys show up, they go home, they're backbone of society. So, the positive aspect of being a Delta male is they're reliable and committed. So, let's go ahead and cover the positive aspects of a Delta male. The Delta male is safe. Dating, settling down with them is safe. They're reliable and committed. You don't have to worry about them being unfaithful because Delta males will feel content with themselves, bring a sense of security in a relationship. Okay? Here's the negatives. While above mentioning things can be positive for you, what you look for other may find head bland. Deltas don't like to shake up the status quo if it's efficient. Therefore, they tend to stick with more traditional ways, including dating. If you're someone that craves adventure and spontaneity, then a Delta, it may not be the right one for you. Also, Delta contentment to work may be viewed as some lack of ambition. This could be attractive to some. Finally, Deltas tend to be secretive, which could be adverse to a healthy relationship. It requires trust. And the Delta males tend to have a strong mistrust of others. This is usually due to a negative experience, such as being cheated on, being wronged by someone else, and they blame their problems on others. Okay, we already said that they're introverted, they're mysterious or secretive, they have a very low self-esteem, no desire to lead, hopeless romantic, doesn't have to please alphas. So, these people here don't like to be told what to do. They desire respect, can move up and down the hierarchy, They can become omega males or gamma males as they go down, or they can be an alpha male if they improve themselves. Okay, the final thought is this. The final thoughts. There are positives and negatives to each personality in the social sexual hierarchy, so to speak. Alrighty? Now, let's go ahead and dig deeper. Let's find out what this guy is all about. This was published March the 1st, 2023 by Barry Davenport. So when people think of a personality, they've figured out, it turns out there is a delta male. The average Joe of society, the one who clocks in, gets the job done, and he butts heads with the alphas, of course. And also, whoever says that beta males are go-getter, confident, competitive, and they're introverted. Betas are introverted. They don't like confrontation. They would rather submit, even if it's wrong. Okay, delta male personality traits. So he's introverted, secretive, low self-esteem, loneliness, prioritization of love, self-sabotaging. He will sabotage himself, his friends, relationship, career, all suffer downturn. He'll blame everybody else for his problems instead of looking inward and correcting the inside. He's resentful, resigned. They just give it up on possibility of good things and good people. That's a negative delta male traits. Not competitive. He's not assertive. So the 9 delta male personality traits. He's secretive and walled off, low self-esteem, reserved and a loner, prioritization of love, worry and mistrust, loads of resentment, apathetic and pessimistic, rarely assertive. So, the difference between the delta male and the gamma male, there's a big difference between like a night and day. The gamma male is empathetic. He listens to what other people have to say, and oftentimes he's friend zone. We're going to get to that later on. Okay? So be sure, hit that subscribe button and click that bell and stay alert for more new video content to come out. Because you do not want to miss another segment of personality videos that are going to come out in the near future. I'm going to help you learn about the personality differences in people. Okay? So, the social behavior, delta males are introverts who tend to keep to themselves. They have small social circles. They can be shy or awkward around large group of people. Gamma males, on the other hand, are adventurous and highly social. And they thrive in a party atmosphere. Okay? That's the difference between the delta male and the gamma male. We just already started touching on this. Value. they're most likely, the Delta males most likely to follow traditional values, strive to remain true to their beliefs. Gamma males believe in pushing the boundaries and taking risks. They want to learn more and take adventures. Okay, approach to life. Delta male take practical approach to life, focus on stability and security. They're risk averse, prefer a slow lifestyle with few changes. Gamma males are highly more adventurous, enjoy living on the edge, and prefer taking risks and facing challenges head on. They make great leaders too, just to let you know, all right? They like to go on adventures. Perspective. Uh, Delta males tend to look at life through a pessimistic lens, be quite judgmental of others. Whoa, you see this? Do you see this? Gamma males, on the other hand, are optimistic, open-minded in perspectives. They're open-minded. Now, self-esteem. Gamma males tend to be more confident and comfortable with who they are, while Delta males struggle with self-esteem issues. They could be quite insecure and needing others' approval to feel good about themselves. Okay? While Gamma males are driven by ambition and always strive for success, Delta males tend to be content in the status quo. They're not ambitious or driven, may shy away from opportunities that lead to success. There's a big difference right there. Communication, Delta always hesitate to open up or express themselves. And Gamma males more likely to be outspoken and confident in their views. They're empathetic. See, Delta males are apathetic. They lack empathy. That's what apathy means. They lack empathy. Okay? So, these right here, they're not going to be able to improve on this. They blame everybody else for their problems and what have not. But we already covered he got a strong work ethic. He has no desire to lead. He's hopelessly romantic. He is a personality chameleon. All right? Because he's a hard worker. He can move up and down the social ladder. He's insecure. We already talked about that. But now, this here hadn't even come up yet. He often has a bad temper. Part of the reason Delta male has such a short temper is that he's often tired and overworked and unappreciated by others around him. And it can burn him out because he doesn't enjoy fitness, prefer more relaxed hobbies. He's also unlikely to have outlets to manage his stress. In other words, he sits there and sulks in this. He isn't competitive. He works hard, play hard. He wants to be respectful for his competence. And he also self-sabotages him in himself. He's prone to self-sabotage. The problem in his narrative, he's romantic, hard worker. Good thing. Problem is focusing on quality. Sometimes he overlooks his own faults. So yes, these type of men do exist. He's an average Joe. He's a blue-collar worker. And there you got it. Now, we're going to hop over to the Delta female and cover who she is. All right, you ready? Let's get started. 16 interesting traits that define her. Have you ever heard of a Delta female? Just remember, in the workplace or wherever the females gather, there's got to be at least one alpha female in the room. And take a look at where the women's feet are pointing. They will point to the alpha female. The one that is the glue that is pulling the organization together. So we're going to dig into this. What is a Delta female? Delta woman is found she ain't at the top of the social hierarchy. That's where alpha and beta females reside at. So many would argue the lesser known to be no less powerful Sigma women. We're going to cover the Sigma males and Sigma females later on. In the future, we're going to cover this later on. All right? And she is in the social ladder. It's like alpha, beta, delta, gamma, omega, and sigma in that order. But take note, the Sigma female hates the social ladder and she marches at the beat of her own drum. And she's free thinking, independent. She's a go-getter. She knows what she wants. She will not stop at anything to get what she wants. In order for a man to be liked by the Sigma female, he has to be at her level in a personality. And so forth. So, in order for the Sigma female to have a compatible partner, he has to be an alpha or a Sigma male. Alpha male or Sigma male. So, anyways, let's get back to discussing the Delta woman. You may not notice her at first. She isn't vying for power or trying to slip in the spotlight. She might be in the corner somewhere out of the limelight reading a book. She reads a lot. You may not notice her immediately, but don't think for a second she's an integral part of a friend group. She takes a very long time to open up. She takes a very long time to open up. She's an introvert, just like the Delta male is also an introvert. Okay, interesting part of a Delta female, she's not sitting around waiting for anyone's approval. She doesn't require outside validation. Unlike the Delta male, he wants validation for like, good job, oh, good job, partner, or something like that. Well, she doesn't require outside validation, so to speak. She enjoys her own company just like that Delta male does. He enjoys his own company. She likes being alone. She don't like being surrounded by people. All right? Now, the Delta female is also an expert communicator. She might exhibit a little humor to ease the tension. But however, she used to be an alpha at one time. And she dropped down to the Delta level. She's don't even realize she's doing stuff. It's just She can move up if she wants to. It's up to her. What's interesting, if she flies under the radar, she's the Delta woman exudes a sense of calm that rubs off on anyone around her. Deep truth, she often smooths any tension, keeps conversation effortlessly flowing around her. And she's also, number 5, she's endlessly patient. But also, there's a difference between the alpha and the delta. The alpha female may not known be for her patience. She commands the room. But the delta woman is very patient. She's not rushing through life in a hurry. She's savoring as it goes. Delta woman extends patience to others, takes interruptions to her schedule in stride. You won't find her pacing in a room or pulling a Karen move when she doesn't get her immediate service. Okay, she is the one who gets attention or for asserting her entitlement. She is the one you didn't notice in the room because she's patiently waiting rather than making waves. She tends towards low self-esteem. She has self-esteem, self-confidence issues. And above all, she can be conflict avoidant. Delta female may not have confidence of an alpha or a sigma. This doesn't mean she thinks she has no value. Rather, sometimes she wonders if anyone sees it. Just because she don't need outside approval doesn't mean she longs for outside appreciation. Alrighty? Now, the Delta woman usually smooth down ruffled feathers. None the wiser. She's a natural mediator. Alright? She's conflict avoidant. Alright? Fights and arguments stresses her out. She adapts to avoid them. She don't like arguments and stress. Fights and arguments stresses her out. This makes her an effortless communicator. Her usually bag of tricks doesn't work. She's so likely to address the issues directly. She's more likely busy herself, run and hide to face a problem. Person with a problem or person with a problem head on. She's a worrier too. She worries a lot. Delta woman's natural caring personality means she is an innate warrior. She thinks and overthinks because she's constantly anticipating and avoiding conflicts in any form. This hypervigilance often pays off when she successfully manages tension within the group, which often reinforces her worrying nature. Now, to anyone listening to this video, there are going to be fights you're going to have to face head on. When you want to run and hide, you're giving that fight the power over you, so to speak. You'd rather look that thing in the eye and say, back off. You're not controlling me. And stand up and be brave and bold. But also take note, she's also a nurturer. She has a nurturing energy. She's a friend who will bring you soup when you're ill, water your plants when you're out of town. She enjoys taking care of others and feeling useful. She stays focused on self-improvement. She's also very shy. She takes a long time to open up to new people, to warm up. Alrighty? And she's very slow to commit. Delta woman sounds like a catch, doesn't she? She's caring, kind, self-aware, driven by peace. That doesn't mean she'll be quick to commit. In fact, she'll move at a snail pace just to be sure she's making the right decision. Because she has been hurt before in the past, she will not commit right away. She'll move at a pace of a snail to commit. Well, she's taking her time to get to know the person. And she wants to make sure she honors her own commitment that a relationship will be best fit for her. Of course, someone being a hormone Harry trying to urge to merge is going to have a hard time committing with this kind of woman. She's quiet unless she has something to say. Let's see. She don't like to talk to hear the sound of her own voice. She's quiet until she has something important to say. She has incredible insights to share if others will pipe down and listen. When she's not sharing those insights, she's more likely to fade into the background as an observer until she has important to contribute. She's aware of her flaws. Hey, everybody's got flaws in their lives. Everybody does. She's loyal to others. She's incredibly intelligent. Now, anyways, we're just going to go ahead and continue learning more about this Delta female because the word's got to be. Anyways, here you go. Shyness, confidence issue, realistic, effective communication, patient, moving along the hierarchy, takes time to warm up. When we talk about taking time, it could be years before she opened up to you. Enjoys being by herself and avoids conflicts. Okay? She's introverted, closed off. As well as that Delta male counterpart, he's closed off. She used to be an alpha male at some point, but difficult situation changed her for good. That could be organizational changes. That could be a layoff. Probably a demotion. Could be any of the above. Okay? She's emotionally distant, modest, shy, self-aware, shut off from acquaintance, but cherishes her relationship. She wants a lover to be her best friend. And take note to people that likes to party. She's no party animal. She doesn't party at all. Delta female doesn't feel comfortable going to parties with people she hardly knows. She can't socialize or enjoy herself with such people. She avoids attending any event where she doesn't know many people. She's closed off, walled off. She's too shy to open up around stranger acquaintance. Just like that Delta male counterpart is. She likes her own company. She's no homebody. The Delta woman's introverted, enjoys it much better when she's on her own rather than spending the entire night dancing amidst a bunch of strangers. She loves solitude. Many assume she's lonely and needs to go out more often. Really? Nah. So, all of this here, you may have to take a good look at this. She's self-aware. She has good communication. She's patient with others. She thinks hard before any relationship. In other words, she's weighing the pros and cons so she don't get hurt again. And if she thinks you're not going to hurt her, she'll open up or she'll let her guard down, and the scene changes drastically. She'll treat you with a kindness, love, compassion, honesty. She does everything to keep the connection healthy and strong. So, the strength that she needs nobody that makes her feel happy. She can push through without validation. Point out, fixes her mistakes. Lastly, she don't let nobody hurry her. She takes her time. She's a perfectionist. Okay. Now, here's her weaknesses. Socializing is her thing. Insecurity may creep into her life. She's way too nervous when she can't avoid socializing. She might make you wait too long. Well, this is for security purpose for a Delta female. She avoids conflicts. So, the pros is she never gets hurried to get emotionally attached. She is a dreamer, but she's a realist. She becomes intellectually strong in her free time. Toxicity has no space in her life. Here are the cons. The realism isn't socially well perceived. You're dissatisfied with your social status. Your offenders might escape too easily. Well, you might treat your loved one unfairly. That happens. That's expected to happen. That's because she worries a lot. You're too self-conscious about events. So, anyways, I'm going to put this link in the description box below, okay? We already covered this. I don't know why this here reloaded. So, there's 6 personalities to the females. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Omega, Sigma, and Delta. But also, these names that I mentioned are often tied to a sorority group. But take no mistake about it. Make no mistakes about it. These videos are free use, free to watch. But these personalities exist for a reason. Alright? She enjoys our company. We already covered that. She's shy. We already covered that. We covered this. We covered this. We covered all of this. Okay? We already covered this. So, we're going to take a good hard look at the Delta female. And she is different from the alpha and beta personality types. Excuse me. But she has a blend of strength, assertiveness, empathy, compassion, independence, and cooperation. So she's an introvert. We already covered everything here. So she's also intelligent. She's a blend of several personality types in the hierarchy, but she cannot lead like an alpha. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. She's self-critical, all right? Honest and open, avoids conflict, take time to form bond, tend to get shy. Self-esteem and related important, form a strong, deep relationship. She tends to be more communicative. So we already covered all this, okay? So, anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this video. Now, the Delta male, the Delta female are similar in the personality wise. They're similar, okay? But they don't want to lead. They don't want to take charge. Now, unlike the Delta male, he blames other people for his problem. The Delta female runs and hides from problems, so to speak. So I'm glad you got a chance to enjoy this video for what it's worth. Alrighty? So you worry about what others think of you. You might become an inmate in the mental prison. You'll become their prisoner. As the scrolling right here is telling you. So I'm going to go ahead and let you see this yourself. Because you worry about what other people think. You done missed the point. You need to do a little soul searching on the inside. Find out what's wrong. I mean, you're unique. And don't think bad of yourself. Think good. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close this video. I hope you learned from this. Thanks for watching. You have a great day. Goodbye for now. And lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like or dislike the video. And leave me a comment below to let me hear your side of this. Thank you and peace.